everyone, welcome back into my YouTube channel. In today's video, I shall be educating you about the different types of housekeeping in Bahrain. But wait, before going into details, please press the red subscription button below to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that every time I upload a new video, you're going to get notified. And please turn on your post notifications so you're going to receive notifications every time I upload a new video. Okay, let's go straight into the point, or let's go straight into the topic of today. Like I said earlier, we are going to be talking about the different types of housekeeping in Bahrain. I don't know if it happens around the world, but of course, I'm specifically talking about Bahrain. So it exists three types of housekeeping. It has to do with the domestic housekeeping, the industrial housekeeping, and the institutional housekeeping. When you talk about the domestic housekeeping has to do with basic needs. For example, basic cleaning. It has to do with cleaning or disinfecting surfaces. It has to do with vacuuming. It has to do with dusting. It has to do with mopping. That's for the domestic housekeeping. And domestic housekeeping are differentiated into two. We have the house domestic housekeeping that deals with live in, that you're going to be staying in with he or she, the person who requires the service. You're going to be staying with that person and you'll be doing all the chores. And it also have the outdoor, like you're going to stay out and then you'll be coming daily or weekly or monthly, depending on how you and the person involved have discussed or have programmed the cleaning schedule. So that's the first, which is the domestic. I hope I educated this. Now let's talk about the second one, which is the institutional housekeeping. Institutional housekeeping has to deal with cleaning of certain departments specifically for patients. For example, there are some patients that you have to take good care while cleaning some parts of their stay or their environment. So for the institutional housekeeping, it also deal with institutional. You obviously have to know that it also deals with like schools. For example, let's say where babies are, we have the nursery schools, we have the daycare. So when you're cleaning this part, you should be very careful how it is done, because these have to do with very sensitive people. Because with kids, the least mistake, oh, you will see fire. So yes, and this one now involve like I said before, it involves private areas, or it involves cleaning specifically, or taking your time. And another part of this institutional housekeeping is hotels. Hello. Yes, institutional housekeeping also have to deal with hotels, resorts. You have to make sure that everywhere is spick and span, very clean, because obviously in the hotel you have different nationalities popping in, and you don't want in a situation where somebody is going to get a complaint from he or her and say, oh, this was not clean and stuff like this. One more thing I forgot to tell you about the domestic housekeeping. The domestic housekeeping also have you cleaning in different parts of the companies. For example, you're going to be cleaning in the mall, you're going to be cleaning in the mall, you're going to be cleaning in houses. So that's another part of domestic housekeeping. And then for housekeeping, of course, we know that with the domestic housekeeping, or let's say with the domestic housekeeping, we have the house to house housekeeping. I also forgot to mention that when I was talking about the domestic housekeeping. It has the house to house housekeeping. So house to house means you're going to have a company who has a car, and they'll take you from one house to another. And usually they have a number of time. Like for example, they can tell you, okay, in this house you're going to work for you're going to work for 2 hours. In this house you're going to work for 1 hour. And if he or she, or the person in the position wants to add the timing, what they will do is they are going to add the money. They are going to give you more money, or not. Normally the money is not going to come to you, it's going straight to your company. So your company might do your company will do, or that is if your company has agreed to this person. So if the company has agreed to this person, you're going to pay an additional hour so this person work in your house. your school, wherever you choose. So that's the domestic housekeeping. So the domestic housekeeping has a lot to do. In fact, the domestic housekeeping has 100% role to play in our society, because it deals with practically everything. Apart from it being a basic, it is very important to make sure that your surfaces are clean. Touching everywhere, it has to be clean. Your floor, everywhere is vacuum. I mean, speak and span. In fact, that's my new English for today. And then let's go to the industrial housekeeping. Now, when you talk about industrial housekeeping has to do with, taking out dangerous dust particles from the company. This has to actually, when you actually hear the word industry, it has to do with, when you hear about industrial, it has to do with industry. Most of the times when I was in school, my teacher always tell me, don't define a word with a word, but from the word itself, you already know the definition. Industry, it has to do with companies that emit very dangerous gases, or let's say dust particles. And this parts, of course, when you're working in the industrial sector, or in the industrial sector of housekeeping, you obviously have some very, very, I mean, strong chemicals. You have to always close your nose, put on some very thick gloves so your hands doesn't burn, because you have to deal with acid. You have to deal with very dangerous chemicals. And of course, since you're emitting dangerous particles out of this place, you have to be 100% careful, because if you're not careful tomorrow and get yourself into any mess, then sorry for you, you will be held responsible. Okay, now let's go back to the three types of housekeeping that I said there were three basic types of housekeeping. The first, which is the domestic, the second, which is the institutional, and the third, which is the industrial. The domestic has to do with normal dusting and vacuuming and cleaning of, I mean, disinfecting of the surface, while the institutional has to do with cleaning of specific places, like let's say in the hospitals, in the resorts, like in the hotels, and also in schools for sensitive kids, like let's say babies, daycare. These have to do with institutional. And then when we talk about the industrial, it has to do with the emission of dust or very bad particles out of this company. So guys, this is just the brief, or this is what I wanted to educate you about housekeeping. So don't think there's just one particular housekeeping. Housekeeping has different varieties in Dubai. I don't know about other places, but of course, for sure, I know in Cameroon. In Cameroon, I don't know about the day-to-day housekeeping, like a company that provides you to work 1 hour, 2 hours. I don't know about that. I never witnessed it. There was a time in Cameroon I was actually looking for a house help job. I was so broke. I told my friend, I had one of my friends. I told her, babes, please, because she was from a wealthy background and they would always need house help. So I told her, babes, please, I need to work in your house as a house help. She's like, you, Swella, you cannot work as a house. I'm like, why? Am I not hardworking? She's like, no. So this house to house housekeeping is what I've not experienced in Cameroon, but I've noticed live in and stay out housekeeping in Cameroon. The one that they stay in the house, and then the one that they go out, they come after some days, and then they work today and go, they work tomorrow and go, and then there's another one that they just stay for the rest of their life. They just become part and parcel of the family. Anyways, guys, so this is the end part of my video. I hope I educated you about this. Anything you don't understand, please drop down a comment down in the comment section, and I'm going to reply you ASAP. Trust me, I always reply my comments. So I'll be seeing you guys again in my next video. Please, if you know you have been watching my videos without subscribing, this is the moment. Press on the red subscription button below to subscribe, and also tell a friend to subscribe to Nessa's Fantasy, because I'm going to educate you about anything you want to know. So I'll be seeing you guys again in my next video. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share my video, and subscribe. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye bye.